Hi, I'm Shelley Treacher from bristolcounselling.co.uk. This is my second video off the cuff about how I'm coping during the COVID-19 outbreak. Today I'm going to talk about isolation and loneliness, big subject, because a lot of my clients are single and don't want to be, and a lot of them feel a kind of a terrible loneliness that comes in waves and has done throughout their lives, whether they're in relationship or not. So this is something I'm familiar with. I've had those feelings in my life and I've had to learn how to cope with them and learn how to relate differently. So I help people to learn to feel more love in their lives and to connect in a different way and find more peace and happiness. So it's quite a challenging time for people who might have this triggered in themselves. First I wanted to say something about how this is a particularly triggering time. I think most people on the planet are going to be triggered into their worst patterns and worst fears and worst feelings simply because it's a crisis, with lots of features like isolation and feeling trapped, or lots of different feelings that could come out right now that might relate to past difficulty and trauma. So, first thing I wanted to say was don't be surprised if your worst patterns are coming out right now and your worst feelings and you're feeling dreadful and you don't really understand why. It might not even be related to the current situation, it might be related to something in your past. There are professionals who can help you with that, me included. But isolation and loneliness. So one of the themes, and certainly something I've experienced, is at the beginning when the outbreak and the lockdown happened, lots of people got in touch with me, lots of people from my past, lots of people from my present, some people who I'm not really in touch with a lot, some ex-boyfriends. And at first that was lovely. I think maybe there was a panic about carrying on as normal and being able to talk virtually where we can't talk in person or meet in person. And it was lovely. It was lovely to be considered, and it was lovely to have those connections. And then since it's died off a bit, people have gone back into normality, I think, a little bit more. And for me, and for a lot of my clients, that's actually been really welcome. I don't know about you, but I've gone into a kind of, or I did for a few weeks, go into a place of, actually, this is really nice, not having to be responsible for other people's well-being and be in touch. And so a lot of my clients are telling me how they're realizing that they've kind of been under a massive social pressure to be in contact all the time, particularly as there are so many different ways that we can be in contact. And there's a kind of a knee-jerk response, particularly I think with people who might be people pleasers. That's possibly a phrase that needs unpacking, but people who thrive on the reassurance of other people liking their company, responding to every single piece of contact and just like a knee-jerk response to, oh, I've got to respond as soon as it comes through. But that's being relaxed now, or I'm relaxing in that, and a lot of my clients are relaxing in that, and just making time for and appreciating the simple everyday pleasures in life of doing a little bit of exercise, going out for that one simple walk and connecting with nature and getting to know themselves and their own space and peace and well-being. There's been a lot of appreciation for that, and a lot of realization that our lives don't involve that enough. And we're having to face our own loneliness and aloneness, and people are realizing that that's actually not that bad. So maybe don't need to be in touch with people as much. So I think that's kind of like my second message is, it's okay if you want to be on your own and enjoy your own company. You don't have to work it out for everybody else who you might think wants to be in touch with you. They might need to work it out for themselves that they can be alone and be okay. And now we've been in lockdown for a few weeks. I am starting to wonder about people again and wonder what my connection could be now, what I'm actually interested in having as a connection. And a lot of my clients are saying the same thing. They're starting to come out of being isolated and reaffirming what's in their lives and what they want to be in their lives. Isn't that a positive thing to come out of this situation? So do you remember that you may or may not have heard that a lot of people were putting in jars what they miss, the activities that they miss and the people that they miss. So they're putting in, I don't know, visit grandma and go to this certain cafe more often and appreciate certain people more. I'm thinking it might be good to put in that jar as well things that you're learning from this process and this time that you don't want to forget. I've put in my jar today that I want to spend more time on the people that I really do have a very nice connection with, and I am more interested in finding other people who are empathic, and so joining communities of people who might display that, and doing more things that I'm passionate about. That's it. That's all I want to offer today. Crikey, 6.5 minutes. I'm going to stop and wish you very, very well. If you are feeling lonely, I do also have an audio, a mindfulness kind of audio, which might put you in the place of feeling love and connection. I'll attach that to this image. Keep safe, everybody, and take great care. Bye.